Thank you very much and welcome. It is my pleasure to be sharing with you our thoughts with respect to the future of the forest industry. But to start, I will acknowledge that we've had some very difficult times. We have faced a lot of economic challenges, shrinking markets, in structural decline in some of our markets with the electronic age. We've also seen, of course, currency challenges and all sorts of issues with respect to our competitive position, if you will. But in the industry, we chose not to sit back on our laurels and wait for better days. We actually got busy and started to put together a strategy on how to protect the over 300 rural communities that rely upon us, the 230,000 employees that depend upon us from coast to coast. So this is the strategy for survival was to renew, retool, and revitalize our industry. So through this, we have become more competitive and more productive, and I'm pleased to report we outpace our major competition in terms of our productivity improvements. We also outpace the majority of the Canadian manufacturing sector with respect to productivity. In terms of market development, we've made tremendous strides, and we continue to work with our governments and our partners to grow market share, not just in our traditional markets, but also in our emerging markets, particularly in Asia. Happy to say that the Canadian forest industry is Canada's leading exporter to China and to India. So we have really been forging new paths into new markets, and we continue to work hard in that area. Along with those two pieces, we have been working hard to improve our environmental credentials. We're seeking world-class environmental credentials, and I believe we have over 151 million hectares in this country of forested land that's third-party certified. Forest Products Association of Canada, all of our members are as a condition of membership, third-party certified on their forest lands. And we know that was a major step forward, but we've gone even further through our Peace in the Woods strategy and our working with our environmental partners in terms of conservation planning and the Canadian Boreal Forest Accord. Finally, we've been producing a lot of innovative technologies. We have a first-in-class innovation system in this country, and it draws upon an amazing array of leading scientists and researchers. And through, again, smart investments and work with our federal government partners, we have really increased our adoption of technologies to produce new products and really help improve our overall economic position. So it all adds up to a dynamic industry. We're an industry on the move. We really are proud of our momentum. We have a growing self-confidence in our future. And so it's in that regard that we are launching today Vision 2020. The vision statement talks about by 2020, we believe we will power Canada's economy by being green, innovative, and serving new markets. And we are very, as I said already, very much embracing this strategy. To confirm our commitment, we've identified 3 aspirational goals, and we challenge ourselves as well as our partners to work with us to reach these goals. Firstly, on products, we are currently a $53 billion industry, and we intend to generate $20 billion additional dollars worth of additional economic activity. This will be accomplished predominantly through adoption of further new technologies, as well as further growth into new and emerging markets. On performance, we seek to improve our environmental track record, which we already believe is quite impressive, but we recognize we have more to do, and so we seek to improve it by an additional 35%. On the people side, and one of the most important drivers for us in talking to you today about our vision is that we really want to attract new employment to this sector, and it's our goal here is to have at least 60,000 new recruits into our facilities, including Aboriginal peoples, women, and new Canadian immigrants. So we want to engage our partners in exploring the most effective ways to bring this forward. Once we have completed our launch, which is happening today, I very much look forward to engaging across the country on what tools we have within our toolbox to work collectively towards this, to this vision. And we do hope to continue our dialogue on this throughout the fall and bring some real further ideas and inspirations forward. With that, I would like to turn it over to my colleague, Jim Lopez. He is the president and CEO of Tembec, but he's also the chairman of the Forest Products Association of Canada.
Thank you, Catherine. And it is a pleasure to be here today to launch Vision 2020. Why Vision 2020? As a board of directors of our industry association, we've been working together closely for the last couple years, and we've seen a lot of exciting things transforming in our industry. Catherine talked about the tremendous amount of inroads we made into emerging markets. We're seeing investments into transformative technologies, but the leaders of this industry felt that it would be important to actually have a common view, long term, of where we want to take this industry. How do we want to transform this industry, and how are we going to get there? And this view is important because there's a lot of stakeholders involved. We have provincial and federal partners, we have employees, conservation partners, Aboriginal partners. So for us, establishing the Vision 2020 is a way to really align resources or align thinking and to establish a common dialogue. Yes, we'll always be competitors, and yes, things will vary from province to province in terms of forest policy and so on, but the long-term view should really be a common view, because a long-term view is a view of prosperity, it's a view of growth, it's a view of creating 140,000 new jobs at our best case scenario, and it's all built on a platform we think of world-class environmental standards. Now, speaking as president of Tembec, I'd like to talk about a couple examples of how we are transforming our company in line with this vision for Forest 2020. We talk about our environmental credentials. We are deploying technology now called anaerobic reaction. It's a biological process we're about to start up in our Matane, Quebec facility, where we have waste effluent that now goes into a waste treatment facility and actually becomes a cost to treat before the water is clean enough to discharge into the river. This technology will take the same waste effluent, use a biological reaction, so living organisms, that'll convert this waste into methane gas. This methane gas will be used in our process that now burns oil to provide energy to our facilities. So imagine that. We're going to eliminate the use of oil in this process, and we're going to use self-generated gas that was generated from the waste effluent from the facility. One example. The other example, and it's really an exciting one for our company, is that our company we're leaders in the world in specialty cellulose technology. Specialty cellulose is a very, very high-end pulp application which uses technology to ultimately ultra-refine trees into products that go into pharmaceutical applications, food applications, and a variety number of other chemical and construction applications. So certainly a very high-tech, sophisticated process. Our company announced in the month of March that we're going to be making a two-phase investment in our facility in Témiscamingue, Quebec, that is going to transform this facility for generations to come. Phase one will be a $190 million green energy investment that will result in the installation of facilities that will generate 50 megawatts of electricity from waste. The second part of that process will actually be a capacity expansion that will build on the initial investment that's going to allow us to produce and sell even more products into the markets I just mentioned. And what we're excited about in the markets that we're talking about, these high-end specialty cellulose applications, the rate of growth in that particular sector is double the rate of global GDP growth. So it's an exciting space for us to be in. So I guess the message is, we could look at Tembec as maybe a microcosm of where this industry is going, where we're now in a place where we're investing again, we're hiring again, we're deploying new transformative technologies to get us to where we think we need to be in 2020. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to sit up here and boast about our company and about our industry and where we're taking it. I'm happy to share the podium with my colleague, Richard Garneau of Resolute, and I'd like to give the microphone to him.
Bon après-midi et merci d'assister à cette annonce pour faire suite aux propos de Jim. J'aimerais ajouter que notre organisation, Produits forestiers résolus, a également vécu toute une transformation quant à sa façon d'opérer. Le thème de cette rencontre, Vision 2020, est tout à fait conforme à notre vision. Et notre vision, c'est comme suit: la rentabilité et le développement durable déterminent notre avenir. Resolute a été très active afin d'améliorer sa position concurrentielle en travaillant sur l'efficacité de production de ses produits. Mais ces efforts ne sont pas suffisants avec la baisse de la consommation du papier d'impression et écriture. Nous explorons les options pour la fabrication de nouveaux produits ainsi que l'accès à de nouveaux marchés. Il est primordial pour notre organisation de se tourner vers l'innovation, tant au niveau des matériaux que nous utilisons, comme le bois, qu'au niveau des marchés en pleine croissance, tout en conservant un souci constant de protéger l'environnement. Nous travaillons très fort afin de réduire notre empreinte environnementale, ainsi qu'améliorer la gestion de la récolte du bois. Par ailleurs, notre organisation compte aller encore plus loin. Pour assurer notre avenir au sein des collectivités, nous travaillons en collaboration avec les parties intéressées, les gouvernements, tant fédéral que provincial, les communautés, les clients et les groupes environnementaux. Un défi important est de réussir à combler les emplois qui seront disponibles avec des personnes de talent, que ce soit auprès des jeunes finissants, des communautés autochtones, des femmes ou des nouveaux immigrants. Nous devons nous assurer que toutes ces personnes s'intéressent aux opportunités d'emploi dans l'industrie forestière. La vision 2020 est une perspective d'avenir et suggère la nécessité de travailler en collaboration afin de revitaliser et de renouveler notre industrie. Juste avant de conclure, je tiens à remercier le gouvernement du Canada pour son soutien stratégique.